ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Pro and Bro Wrestling Podcast.
We back in the house, baby.
We back in the house. As always, we are your hosts. I'm Arnold Telegarda.
And I'm Mr. No Days Off. The veteran is in the house. The Brofessor is in the house. What is this? Episode 12?
Episode 12. And 12 is actually one of my favorite numbers because you know why?
Why?
Because of WrestleMania 12.
Well, my favorite number is 17.
17, okay.
Because that's the number, because everyone was a number in 2009 when I got signed. So I don't know how it is at the Performance Center when people do tryouts, but with me, when I got signed, May 4th, 2009, everyone was a number. My number was 17.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I don't know why. When you said 17, automatically I thought of WrestleMania 17.
Well, WrestleMania 17 was my first WrestleMania that I attended with my uncle, and that was in Houston, right? No, I'm sorry. Yes, I was in Houston.
That was Rock and Hogan, no?
I'm not sure. That was the WrestleMania where Lyndon McMahon was like comatose.
Oh, okay. And the Trish Stratus storyline.
Yeah, and then my uncle who brought me there, who's a huge fan, he got crazy, and he like, as soon as Lyndon McMahon got up out of her wheelchair, my uncle was like, yeah! And I was just like, what the hell? He popped like crazy, so we always talk about that.
Did your uncle follow up with the storyline though, or was he just there at the event and he just got caught in the moment and he knew what was going on?
I think he knew what was going on
Okay.
because he knew WrestleMania was going to be in town in Houston, so he said, "Oh, Freddie, I got tickets for you. Fly out." And I had a blast. That's when I met Sergeant Slaughter at Axis.
Okay.
Fast forward years later, he helped me out
Yeah.
when I was an extra and when I got signed. So, full circle.
That's dope, man.
But finally, you got some wrestling merchandise.
Yeah, last episode you kind of called me out, man. You said I
Well,
wasn't.
you called me out too. You called me out too.
That's what we do to each other, right? That's what family do. You know, we gotta call each other up. But you said I don't wear enough wrestling shirts, so I gotta show up with the best wrestling shirt in the world. I got the medium size man is gonna carve you up. Remember that?
Oye,
promo?
man, Chico.
Hey,
Oye,
yo.
man, Chico.
One more for the good guys. Do you remember that promo that he cut on WCW with Kevin Nash when they first just came in and he's like, the big size man and the medium size man? It was so
And you
funny.
know what? All that stuff that they come up with is probably stuff that they BS with each other backstage. You know? So
on
it's
the
just
fly.
it's like on the fly stuff, and that's like the best stuff. The stuff that gets caught backstage is stuff that you see on TV.
And sometimes you remember it for the wrong reasons as well, because also the Outsiders promo, not Scott Hall, but Kevin Nash, when he came in to the WCW commentating team, Tony Schiavone, he's like, oh, this is where the big boys play, huh? Look at the adjective, play.
Yeah.
Nash, it's not an adjective. It's the verb. The verb is play, and then like everyone called him out on it. So now like they actually cut that part out.
Oh my goodness.
Good times. Good times.
But don't forget about me. Look at me. Look at what I'm wearing.
I know when you came in with that, I was so surprised because I've never seen that before. And you said,
I got this done up when I got hurt. My ACL, MCL blew on me.
okay.
In Hidalgo, Texas, against Fandango.
Fandango.
So when I got hurt, I was like, I need some motivation.
Yeah.
So Gut Check is the ultimate finisher, the best finisher in the world.
You're the only person that I've ever seen do it, man.
No one owns anything in wrestling. I actually got it from Roderick Strong.
Oh, okay. Does that?
Yeah, because we used to be neighbors in
That's
Tampa,
right.
Florida. So
Am I doing it right? Undisputed Era.
is that how they do it? Okay.
Yeah.
Block the hate, bitch.
You just gotta throw it up.
Yeah, I don't
if
care.
I'm doing this, you
I don't
gotta
care.
pose.
This is universal.
Yeah, of course, man.
That can be a little confusing for people. Universal, baby.
I hear you.
But when Roderick and I were neighbors, I would always go to his place and like ask for ROH tapes, to borrow and study.
Yeah.
Some I gave back, some I didn't give back. But I was a huge fan of him, and his he didn't use it as a finisher. He was just using it just as a maneuver.
Okay.
And I was like, man, that's a pretty wicked finisher that I can hit on anyone. I mean, 300 pounds, ooh. I think probably the heaviest guy that I hit it on, let me think. heaviest guy I hit it on was.
Have you hit on Ryback? Was it Ryback?
I don't think I've hit it on him. Probably the heaviest guy, I would have to say maybe Titus.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Titus
He's
is
a big dude.
He's 270. So
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest guy I hit it on. But that's a move where it's all body.
Right.
It's almost like you just press them up, throw them up, and it's all about timing.
Right. And speaking of Titus, congratulations, because this is what the episode is actually about, Money in the Bank. But Money in the Bank's also the anniversary of you guys winning the tag team championship.
Exactly. It was a summer that I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank is where Titus and I won the tag team championships.
That's right.
And we'll go down in the record books.
Yeah, it's forever there, man. It's forever there.
So I'm very excited about that.
They're up there with Owen Hart and the
not-
British Bulldog, the Hart Foundation, the Rockers. You're up there. Your name is on that same list.
Yeah, and we defeated New Day.
Yeah, that's
right. New Day, I think, months later they won it back.
And that's when they had the longest reign.
So hey.
Yeah, you gave them that honor.
So I had the opportunity to host a watch party at David Buster's in Hollywood, and it was an amazing time. The turnout was great. It was a very intimate setting, and everyone was so happy, so kind to me.
Yeah.
I told everyone there, whether it's in front of 80 people or 20,000 people,
right?
It's still fun to me.
Yeah,
I still enjoy. I'm still kid. I was that kid that would find out where the wrestlers worked out at when they were in town.
Wow.
I was that guy that would I wouldn't go to the airport because I didn't know how to get there.
Yeah. And it's a hassle too.
Yeah, it's a hassle. There are people at the airports trying to find those wrestlers. And like I had to ask one fan, I said, how do you find out where the wrestlers are going to be at and stuff like that? And one fan said, you can call up an airport.
Yes.
And you can just I don't know people's real name, but let's say, I don't know.
Let's say Braun. It's Braun Strowman.
Braun, yeah.
His real name.
Yeah, his real name is Adam. Adam S.
Yeah. Adam Strowman.
Yeah, how you doing? I can't find my flight. My name is Adam Strowman. I can't find my flight for Dallas, Texas. So you can find out what flight they're gonna be on and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And when they're gonna land and track the flight, and that's when you can find out. Which is kind of scary, but that's why Mama didn't raise no fool. She said, "Sonny, always keep your head on a swivel. Just always know your surroundings." So, you never know in crazy times like this. So, like I said, I'm a fan. I'm a diehard fan, and ride or die.
Yep.
So, just being there with the fans at David Buster's was really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, and I was watching your Instagram story, and the people that showed up seemed really like down to earth, hardcore wrestling fans. It kind of gave me almost as if it was a WrestleCon vibe.
Yeah. I mean,
these are the people that show up to AEW, underground wrestling. That actually goes out of the way to watch an event like that, which is cool.
Yeah, and a lot of the fans were very, my fam. They're my fam.
You can call them whatever you want, man. I'm just saying that's what I call the people.
Well, you calling your fan, I call them my loyals.
Okay, all right. Okay.
The loyals were helping me out.
Yeah.
For example, when Lars, I don't want to skip all over, but one fan gave me an idea. Lars versus Strowman Survivor Series. So I'm like, that sounds pretty good. And I think Lars is one strong dude. Like I said, first-hand experience. I've worked out with him, and that guy is strong as an ox, and he's like a teddy bear. He's like, "Oh, do you want me to unwrap that for you?"
Wow.
I said,
that's
"No,
crazy.
no, man, I got it."
Yeah.
Is the weight comfortable for you? How's your elbow? That's how he talks.
Wow.
Off camera.
Wow.
He's a monster on television,
Yeah.
but he's like, "How's your elbow doing? Is it okay?" I don't understand. So whatever is going on.
Yeah.
the cameras weren't on when him and I were communicating. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
Sometimes the biggest guys are the biggest teddy bears, right?
Biggest teddy
like
bear.
Vader, like Leon White. He's
Yeah.
the most. I hear from other wrestlers that he's the most like sensitive dude ever.
But vicious in the ring.
Vicious in the ring, but he can easily get his feelings hurt.
He's had his feelings hurt by a few. I
Of
think.
course, we all know one incident.
Who, Arn?
No, Sean SummerSlam.
Oh, yes. See, I'm going back to the
He thought that he was gonna
days.
get fired after that match. He was crying, man. Yeah, dude.
Oh, he was crying?
Yeah, I think that's what I heard. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I think Jim Cornette might have told that story and just how pissed he was because they never booked him to be a monster, you know? Like he was a monster in WCW. He was the WCW champion and he comes into WWF and he's constantly getting beaten by Shawn. I loved it as a kid. I was rooting for Shawn all the way, but that's why the fans like never took him seriously and he got and Sid took his spot. After SummerSlam, it was supposed to be Vader and Shawn in Survivor Series.
Wow.
And he was supposed to get a world title run. But ever since that happened, Shawn's like, nope, Sid.
Shawn, man. Huh?
Politics, huh?
Our favorite. But it's funny, this morning, as I was thinking about, man, you know, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Like, of all people, honestly, who called me up, Bob Backlund, he called me up. I said, man, I wish on the walk over, he would have called.
Your life coach, always making sure you're on track with everything. It's a shoot.
Yeah.
The whole thing's a shoot.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. And him and I were talking, so I dropped everything I was doing, and I was talking to Bob, and just shooting the shit. And I told him that I had started a podcast, and I would definitely love to have him on if he's interested.
Right.
And Bob was like, oh, yeah, I'm actually starting a podcast too. I've got investors. And I'm like, man, investors?
It's a big time podcast.
I mean, like, big time podcast.
Yeah.
I said, man, that's great. But Bob, I'd love to have you on if you'd be down. I said, Coach, it's it's PG. We don't talk bad about anybody and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he was about to answer, and the phone the phone dropped.
Of course it did.
I'm like, damn, how are we gonna have him on our podcast when he still uses a flip phone?
Oh my god.
But I'm not hiking on him because he is like the richest Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
In WWE, he's 69. We started working together when he was 66.
I think I told you this story. I saw Bob in person at a convention at Frankincense, and I think that's like Rancho Cucamonga. And yeah, he was probably the same age, like 67, 68.
Really?
Yeah, because it was right after it was after your time with him. Because it was
After my time, so it's after my release.
Okay, no, I take that back. So before, maybe before it happened.
Oh, okay.
But 2000, no, you're right, way before, 2012-ish.
Yeah.
And it was a meet and greet with Shawn, Kevin, and Bob Backlund, and
Oh God.
and the fans. yeah, what a weird group of people, right? The fan, we had hardcore fans that were like chanting the whole, like throughout the whole line, and Bob was the only one that appreciated. Because there's this one guy that stood out, and he's like the loudest one in the room, and Bob went to him, and he's like, I like you, we need more fans like you. Wrestling fans should be like this, I appreciate you. And then, obviously when people ask for pictures of Bob, he's like, oh, can you put the like crossfade chicken wings? So he'll do it. But with that one fan, he's like, can you body slam me? And he picked him up like this, and he posed for a picture, and he's like halfway in the middle of a body slam. For a 60-something-year-old man to still be able to body slam someone who's pretty big and in their 30s, that just goes to show how like healthy he is.
And it shows you how much of an athlete I am when he says that I'm one of the only guys that has been able to keep up with his workouts.
Yeah.
He complimented me. Shamo complimented me about being one of the hardest workers he's ever seen in the gym.
Yeah.
So these are guys that are beasts at what they do, and they're putting me over. So, like I said, that speaks a lot of volume about me.
Of course, man.
I gotta put myself over.
I know, I was about to say, always putting yourself over.
Damn right.
It comes back to you.
Damn right. But So the phone call dropped with Bob and I, and yeah, it is what it is. But I'd love to get him on our podcast, but it's not going to work on his flip phone. So I don't know how we're going to do it. He's talking about having a podcast, and I said, Bob, I'd love to send you some of our episodes. He doesn't use the internet.
He's woke. He is woke. He knows the internet is a trap. That's why he sticks to the flip phone, because he knows that the government controls everyone with the iPhone. He's the wokest guy. Wokest guy in the room. How you doing? Classic Bob, man. He knows what he's doing.
What I did stress to Bob about, I was very, I told him I got the key to the city.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yeah, man.
I told him I got the key.
Yeah, that's all right. Can't even talk right now.
I told him I got the key to the city.
That's right.
He was very happy to hear that. And I said, Bob, I've been doing a lot of interviews saying my love to want to go to Southeast Asia to wrestle.
Yeah.
Because I've wrestled all over the world except for Japan.
Right.
And I'm just sending feeders out to him. And this isn't the only conversation him and I have had about going to Japan, because he was just recently over there. He did a 6-man with.
Wow.
We'd have to maybe watch it back. Maybe I think it's online. He's really good friends with this one Japanese wrestler. I believe his name is Fujinami.
Okay.
And he went out there for a match, so he's got connections out there.
He wrestled?
Yeah, he wrestled a 6-man.
Whoa, that's crazy.
He wasn't very happy with it.
Oh, okay.
I said, Bob, how come you weren't happy with it? He said, I just wasn't happy with it. I said, maybe you should just, you just watch it back. Maybe you'll like it. Well, of course he doesn't have the internet.
Yeah, no,
so
how can he?
So how the hell are you gonna watch it back, Coach?
How can he?
I'm like, damn it, you know?
Yeah.
So I said, if you watch it back, maybe you'll like the match.
Yeah. It's all the memory for him. That's how he plays it back.
But he always says to me, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I'll watch it back. I'll feel better about it. But like I said, I was sending feeders out to Bob about Japan. So, like I said, it is what it is. But it's always good to talk to Bob. And when I do talk to him, when phone calls do not drop, it's always 30 minutes on the dot.
Wow. Really?
For some reason, bro, it's like 29 minutes and 30 seconds.
You think he times it?
I don't know, but it's always like, as soon as call ended and I see how long it went, it's always like that 30-minute mark. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
That's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
What if, he seems like a very like military man with his like time and everything. He seems like he might be like OCD, make sure everything's like scheduled the way it is.
Yeah.
What if he's scheduled the call to be 30 minutes? You never know.
Well, I'm OCD like him too. And to be able to have traveled with him for a little bit, because it was tough. Before, like, when we started working together, he wanted to travel alone. And like, this is real to me. I was like, it's not just TV. I want you to travel with me, Coach.
Yeah.
I want to like work out with you and do all that stuff. It's not a freaking gimmick.
Right.
So eventually I was telling him, Coach, ride with us primetime players. We take care of everything, you know?
Us meaning Titus too.
Yeah,
right?
Titus and I, hotels that are $120, $49 a night, maybe $3.99.
Yeah.
So I said, Coach, come with us. So we always took care of him. We always did the driving.
Yeah.
I always made sure, I'm already a great driver. I always make sure that my driving is extra perfect with Bob, because when I'm driving, I'm in the passenger, I'm in the driver's seat, Titus is in the passenger, and where's Bob? His head is like right here.
Why?
Make sure that we're right down the middle.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm driving like I normally drive perfectly.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig style. Okay?
Yes.
Don't forget. And I'm driving, Coach is right here. So I've done videos with him like, we made it to Louisville, Kentucky. Coach Bob is in the house with me. Coach, how's my driving? Oh, right down the middle, Darren. I said, all right, let's get some sleep. We got early morning power hour workout. Yeah. And then we get to sleep. Of course, he gets his own room. I get my own room.
Yeah.
primetime players have to hook up. Holla if you hear me.
I do know, man.
So
That's
sorry
crazy.
about that. Sorry about that rant.
No, not at all. With the pay-per-view just a few days away for us, I figure it's the best thing to talk about today. The Money in the Bank, and I also think it'll be fun to talk about past winners and how, some of their successful cash-ins and some that got what is that,
The kibosh.
kibosh
Yeah.
from Mr. COO.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pay-per-view, you watched it again. You mentioned earlier at Dave and Buster's, and I have to full transparency. I didn't watch the whole show because I had a birthday to attend to, so I just kind of caught a recap of everything.
You always got an excuse. Whose birthday?
My sister-in-law's.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, it seemed like it was an amazing show, right? Well, the pre-show was Usos versus Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan, but
A lot of the fans in attendance were like, "Why is that match on the pre-show?"
I agree.
And why was the 6-man with Kalisto? That was one of the matches. It was like a 6-man.
Oh, okay,
Like
okay.
it was a match that was added. That's when Lars had came.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I guess it was supposed to be a 6-man, but that's when Lars came in and destroyed them and stuff like that.
Right.
I guess that was the reason why,
Yeah, for a larger spotlight. But this whole wild card thing, I mean, I get why they're doing it because they want both networks to be happy. They both want the same ratings and everything. But it just totally kills the whole brand split because I was so excited for the Usos to be on Raw. And it was nice to be Raw, just be on Raw, focus on new stuff that I haven't seen before, wrestle the Revival, wrestle Authors of Pain, new matches, go for the Raw tag team titles. But now they won the match and now they have a number one. I mean, they have a match for the SmackDown titles against Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. And I know we haven't seen that match a lot, and I know that's still refreshing, but it's man, they're on Raw, but they're still wrestling for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. It just makes it so messy.
Yeah.
And it just
a lot
so
of spaghetti.
disorganized,
A lot of spaghetti going on, so yeah, it's confusing to me.
Yeah, and I feel, especially with AEW around the corner, you kind of have to come on, let's buckle down. What's the plan here? And let's stick to it. Don't just change it. Because what I hear, obviously this is all rumors, but the whole wild card thing, Vince McMahon thought about it the day of.
The day of.
The day of, I think we should do the wild card, and he announced it on Raw, the wild card.
Yeah.
So,
but why'd you compare AEW?
Because there's competition now.
Well, you mentioned AEW. What the hell's going on with Pac and Paige? Is that match out of? I'm hearing Double or Nothing. I'm hearing that's out because of conflict of interest or something I don't know, but that's what I'm reading.
Wow, that's news to me because
that was an advertised match.
Yeah, that was one of the key highlights, and they were, they teased it in a way that Pac and Paige was gonna be the two main guys who's gonna be competing for the future world championship for AEW. I had no idea about that, man.
Yeah, so I don't know how. That's just what I'm reading on social media.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know if that match is out. I don't know. I don't know if they're messing with the people. At this point, you can kind of play around with the people because
they're still gonna watch.
Yeah, they're still gonna watch. So you can play around with the people. What Jericho is doing is phenomenal. Sorry to get off track.
No,
but
it's never off track. With Jericho?
No, yeah, with Jericho, but with how on Instagram you can do questions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that a lot, and that's been kind of fun. Where people can ask me questions. The loyals, my social media family can ask me questions, and then the one question fans always ask me is, are you ever going to go back to WWE? Are you ever going to go back to WWE? And my answer all the time is, I'm on the ban list.
I hear you. I see you saying
I'm on
that.
the Chris Jericho ban list. And when I write it so fast that I forget the two N's. So I write BAND. I'm on the ban list. I'm on the ban list. So Chris Jericho DM'd me.
No way.
Yeah, he DM'd me. Wait, what is it? Jericho?
Fozzy something.
What the hell is it? That's not it.
Go to your DMs, man. Oh, there. Isn't that Chris Jericho? Fozzy?
Yeah, because I got a lot of stuff going on in the DMs.
Oh, okay. Stuff that I'm not meant to see.
Wait,
All right.
see, I gotta find it. I just gotta find
Okay,
Chris.
I think it's Chris Jericho Fozzy or something like that, right?
Come on, where is he?
There you go.
That's how I gotta do it.
He says, I think it's spelled Banned. Haha.
I said, Jesus Christ, I'm not even paying attention. I'm just trying to get some laughs. And that's what I was trying to do, get some laughs.
So cool.
And then I sent him a video.
Every time people ask me, I always say I'm on the band.
I hate when it does.
Yeah.
Every time people ask me,
we'll let it
I
play
always say I'm
again.
on the band list, so I just get so excited that I type it in and forget about it. Well, such a stupid idiot.
That's what I said. Such a stupid
People
idiot.
ask me,
But
You stupid idiot.
yeah.
Ass clown. That's
So
funny.
that's what I was hearing about that match, Pac and Paige, that it could be
Wow.
out. But like I said, I mentioned Chris Jericho because he does some great stuff. He's been doing great stuff with Cody and
Oh my
pushing the
gosh.
envelope, saying the only reason why this is all here is because of him. You know,
Dude.
which is probably some truth behind it because he's
Yeah.
I mean, he's a draw, you know.
Yeah.
So but to bring that believability back, I told him I love his stuff.
Jericho is just the GOAT, man, because
Mm-hmm.
he does just like The Undertaker, every little thing that he does has meaning to it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, what was I gonna say? So, you know, when he started with this whole like New Japan thing, and we noticed that he kind of got heavier a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That was strategic. Like he talked about that. He wanted.
That's what I figured, man. That's what I
Yeah,
figured.
he knew that in Japan people respect guys with like the big stocky guys with beer belly that just smacks hard because of that believability. That's what they pop for. So that's why he kind of looked the way he did because he knew what he was doing. And now with AEW, he's leaning up.
Yeah.
So like some people just thought like, oh man, Jericho was like not working out, blah blah blah. But it's so strategic.
Bro, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, man, he's a little heavier, but there's a reason behind his madness. you
Yeah.
know, because the look that he has.
Yeah,
now, you know?
absolutely,
So,
man.
sorry to
No.
get off track.
No, for
but
sure. Okay, but let's talk about the Money in the Bank. We already kind of started talking about it. What am I saying? Okay, so Usos, again, that was kind of the kickoff match, right? And then the official match was the women's Money in the Bank with Naomi, Carmella, Nikki Cross, Mandy Rose, Ember Moon, Dana Brooke, Natalia, and Bailey. And Alexa Bliss got replaced, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her.
Me
She
neither.
maybe some medical condition like concussion. Has she gotten any concussions?
I'm not sure. I think you're right, though. I think it is like a health issue.
Yeah, because I know with concussions, if you do have one, you're automatically off for 2 weeks. So
Right.
it's like a 2-week vacation.
I know it's still horrible for for WWE superstars, wrestlers to be taken out of stuff like that. But on the bright side for Alexa Bliss, at least you could say that she won it before. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like she has something to prove. But
Exactly.
it still sucks. But at least she can still say, "Oh, I won it last year." You know?
Exactly. And I saw bits and pieces of the match, but again, I was meeting a lot of the fans that
Yeah.
were there, so I was glancing back and forth, and I was hearing, what people were reacting to and everything. So people definitely react to Bailey.
Yes.
Want her to cash, and people were going crazy.
I saw that on your feed.
And it's funny, I took a video of the people going crazy, and then out of nowhere, they start chanting my name. I'm like, oh, no, it's not about me, it's about Bailey.
No.
The call, Ric Flair, like
Yeah.
when he wants you to come over to him so he can poke you in the eye.
Yeah.
The thing is
Yeah.
like, oh no. So it's like, come here,
Yeah.
or beg off, poke in the eye.
But in that match, one cool thing that caught my eye was when Mandy Rose kind of did her quick footwork. The ladder, I forgot who the person was, but someone was on the turnbuckle and the ladder was on them. And Mandy Rose did it like pop, 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 pop. Like she climbed up the ladder really quick to do like a knee to the face. And she did it so effortlessly and so fast. Like I got a whole new respect for her just for that, because it's such a Kofi thing where like man, you only one take. It's gonna be either like a memorable botch or like you're gonna nail it. But she was like, she killed it.
Memorable botch.
And
you talk about botches. One of my most embarrassing botches, I think, I'm sure there's plenty, and there's footage of it, is like when the Nexus were beating up someone. Who were we beating up? I think we were beating up Cena.
Okay.
And like there's footage of me like all these hands hitting one guy, stuff's gonna whiff, stuff's gonna look, kind of hokey, and mine was hokey because I was like, it looked like I was hitting Dave Otunga's leg. And I probably was most likely because there's so many hands, like you don't think the cameras are gonna pick up, you know? So you don't want to like tattoo anyone hard and like it catches me hitting his leg.
Oh.
That's
I gotta look for that.
No. Hell no.
But I love how the match ended with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Like they were up and Sonya was helping her get the title, and out of nowhere the camera doesn't pick it up. Like Bayley just pops out of nowhere face to face with Mandy and knocks her down.
Yes.
That was so epic.
When that was happening, again, I was doing the meet and greet, but I could hear a fan saying about Sonya Deville, she's got to come up with another gimmick because everyone's doing the MMA now.
Oh, dang.
I just heard that, so I was just like, okay, and I was just like, just kept talking to the fans.
Yeah, but it's not even a gimmick for her. That's her real life, though. So she has the right to like use that.
Yeah, that's my girl.
But I'm so happy that people are cheering for Bayley again. She got a huge pop that night, and also from the people that was watching it with you. It's nice to see Bayley get cheered, man.
Yeah, she showed me some love because when I tagged her, and of course I get giddy too. What the hell's okay? I get giddy too. So I was posting about her during the show. She's like, "That's so awesome. What is that?
So
Just a viewing party?" I said, "Yeah." So I sent her some personal messages.
Yeah.
With me in bed.
Yeah.
You see that? With me in bed.
Yeah.
Personal video messages. Just cool. Just saying that she killed it and stuff like that. And I told her I was tired. I was exhausted because this weekend I was at the zoo with my family, and I'm like saying to myself, damn, why am I so sore today, Monday? I didn't go to the gym today, and I'm gonna admit it to everyone that I did not go. I took a damn day off. Road Dogg would always see me backstage because my nickname is No Days Off. Road Dogg would come by me and say, "Man, AD, take a damn day off. Today I took a damn day off because my body was sore as shit because Saturday I had my god babies. I had them all up on my shoulder. I did arms Friday. My arms are killing me. I never hit arms directly, so I was just sore. So I told Bayley, I enjoyed her work, and I'm just so sore from my weekend.
But understandable.
She showed me love on my IG, and it means a lot to me because when you've been gone from WWE almost 2 years, it's like, people forget about you, and you might tag people here or there, and they might see it, and they might not respond to it, but Bayley responds. My girl Sasha Mercedes, she responds. Shamo, who I couldn't stand when I first met him, who I fell in love with at the end of my career and beyond. So I'm glad these people respond to me, and it's just me showing them love and also putting over promo wrestling.
And you're very good with keeping relationships with people in the past too, so
yeah, I mean,
just being human.
I know how it is on the road.
Yeah.
You're on the road 300 days a year. It's go, go, go. So you try to stay in contact with people. When I'm on the road and I'm in a particular city, you got to come to me because it's tough for me to navigate around.
Yeah.
So it's just, I try to stay in contact with people. WWE's going to be in town in a couple weeks. We'll see if we can go. And if not, I'm going to be at regardless to show face. I got some friends in high places.
Yes, you do, man. Yes, you do.
Okay.
You're like, okay. Okay.
We gotta keep getting off track, but
No,
you
you're
keep getting us
good.
back
There
on
is-
track.
There is no track with
Yeah.
us, man. It's wherever the combo takes us.
Yeah.
So the next match is the U.S. Championship, right? Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio.
Yes, I seen that because, like, you know, during the meet and greet, I'm like, ho, 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 ho. Okay, I gotta watch this. And, like, I blink and it's over. And then I'm like, what the hell's
Yeah.
on Joe's head? I'm like,
like the blood and everything.
like a hard way, like a mug.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell's going on?
You know, do you think that that's what was supposed to happen at
Bro,
Mania?
I have to watch it again because it happened so fast. It's just like
Yeah.
I'm telling the fans, oh, hold on a second, and then the match is over and there's blood all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I think a lot of people didn't like it, man, and I also think that they don't want the title off of Joe because come on, like let's have a longer reign for the monster, you know, like the heel too. So he'll actually be, well, he is a threat, but a more stronger threat, and have the title on him a little longer. What was weird, but I didn't appreciate, only because I just know like at his real age, I guess. You know, so he lost the championship and Ray was celebrating, and his son Dominic came out and celebrated with him.
His
and
teenage son.
yeah, like so Joe attacked them, and then his son Dominic wasn't doing anything, and I'm like, wait, why are they doing it like that? But then of course Michael Cole says, oh, yeah, in front of his teenage son Dominic, and like Dominic is in his early 20s.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like 19, no?
I think he's like at least 21. So it's kind of weird that they
Are you sure,
downgraded
bro? Like,
we can
wait, hold on.
go on
Wait, hold on.
Google this.
Hey Siri, how old is Dominic Mysterio?
Dominic.
Okay, I found this on the web for how old is Dominic Mysterio. Check it out.
Oh, he is 21.
Hey, how dare you question me?
Mysterio!
And Siri got it right. Siri knows, man. Siri knows.
Mysterio!
That's amazing.
Oh, he is 21. Why would he say that? Teenage son. I
Yeah.
thought he was really his teenage son.
Yeah.
Well, he looks like a...
Yeah, I guess that's why he fits the role. But man, yeah, he's 21.
Wow.
So that was a little weird to me. I was like, oh, why are you just standing there when you're like, you know, bring some realness into it. Like, why are you just standing there when your dad's getting jumped? But yeah.
I don't know what they're setting up. But I tell you what, when Rey Mysterio was walking with
Dominic.
with Dominic, and Dominic was consoling his dad. Man, I would have loved to have seen Dominic
Turn on him.
and that's what fans in attendance were saying, that they would have wished that they could have seen that, because obviously Dominic has been training.
I think that's too soon. No one knows
of
Dominic
course.
enough yet
Of
to,
course.
you know.
And I was having flashbacks, just, I don't know, of like the annoying Owen Hart and Bret Hart. Like, I could see Dominic being like a annoying little heel. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't need you in my life,
Yeah.
Dad. You know, I'm the real Ray, luchador.
Yeah.
I'm it. You know, like having that annoying type voice.
That kind of reminds me of like the TNA storyline with Eric Bischoff and his son. Eric Bischoff's son kind of played that role, like like, you know, I carry the Bischoff's name or whatever.
So I could definitely see that. But I keep mentioning Jericho.
Yeah.
Jericho has a son, 2 daughters and a son. His son is pretty big.
I think he's still at like 15.
15-ish. But he's pretty big for his age.
Really? Okay.
I mean,
Tall, huh?
Tall. I guess he's maybe Jericho size. But he looks like he could be in the business someday.
Really?
My opinion. But I had put out a feeder or something saying I would love to see a dream tag match with Dominic and Ray versus Chris Jericho. And
Wow, that'd be epic.
I think that would be cool. But I didn't realize how old Dominic was.
Yeah.
But like I said, has there been any physicality between between
Dom?
Joe? Not yet.
Nope.
Let's save it for
Well, yeah.
maybe lead up to Survivor Series or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe they're not gonna be any physical altercation because they're portraying Dom as a teenager. So I don't know. Who knows though?
Well, portraying Dominic as a teenager is better because it's pushing the envelope.
True.
Like, man, you don't mess with a teenage son, you know?
True.
Like, it just sounds a little different. Like, Joe being as big as he is,
Yeah.
like, roughing up a teenage. That's the whole
I
story.
can't get over the fact that you said Dominic Mysterio.
It worked, baby.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It does add an element of like heelness for Joe if he ever touches Dominic.
But I love the shock and awe. I
Yeah.
hope they keep going.
Yeah. And the next match is the steel cage match with Shane and The Miz. And you know, I think Shane is such a great performer, and so is The Miz. But I want The Miz to be heel. But here's the thing, like I feel like he was a great face when he was a cool heel, right? But then like when he's portrayed as like, all right, you're full on baby face now, it's just a little stale for me, for The Miz. Like I get that he's getting more of love from the fans because of his show like Miz and Mrs. and they get to see that real side of him, and people who never really liked them starts appreciating him. You go, oh man, like he's a funny, entertaining guy on this show, and like I kind of want to hang out with him. And because of that, well, not just because of that, but partly because of that, now he's like full on baby face. But just me personally, I enjoy The Miz heel. Like when The Miz had his Miztourage and he was a heel, but he was still getting cheered. Like that's like my favorite Miz.
Yeah.
He still portrays himself like the cool heel. Like he still portrays himself as a heel, but he's saying, I don't know.
Yeah,
but just the
I
fact
agree.
that he's like a blue baby face, it's a little stale for me.
That's another match I was talking to the fans a lot. And then I look and I see Shane was shirtless.
And he's ripped, dude.
Yeah, there's a reason behind anything. Oh, I gotta show off my body now. I gotta get out of that. I gotta get out of that vest.
Yeah.
And show off my body. Yeah. Shane always looked ripped. Shane always looked ripped. So
What
I remember back in the day, he would always, when Batista was full time, like I think I was maybe an extra.
Okay.
When Shane was with WWE. And I remember before the shows, Shane and Batista would roll around.
Whoa.
Like grapple.
Jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, all
Wow.
that stuff like before the shows. And they would be sweating like crazy. And Shane would be all like messed up.
Man,
And,
Shane-
I mean, in a good way from a workout.
Sure. Shane can really sell, huh? Like the face that he makes. And do you remember when it was the Mania for Daniel Bryan and Shane against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens? Kevin like powerbombed Shane like backstage, and his selling was so good that it got to the point where it was disturbing. Like people got really offended by his selling because he acted like as if someone that you love, like your dad or something, gets attacked by another grown man, because he was like, ah! Like it was so real, like dude, like, are you okay? Like it was almost uncomfortable to watch, like a grown man getting the wind knocked out of him,
Yeah.
But like he's so good at making the face. I'm sure it's 80% shoot too, I'm sure like, he's also in pain, but little things that he would like cough, like like it's so good.
Yeah, no. Shane's been around a long time, so he's been he's seen it all, done it all, so he knows what he's doing.
But it was a great match. For me it was just like I just want Miz to be a heel. But the next is the cruiserweight, Tony Nese against Daivari, and I thought Daivari had a cool entrance. He had kind of that JBL a little bit, or Eddie Guerrero entrance when he drove his car into the ramp, and that was refreshing for a big production like that. For a 205 live match, right?
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And that's exactly how I feel about it. Like, it was a cool match. no, it's true. It's true. For me,
It's not about that.
Yeah.
I just I was glad to see those guys work, but I was also again talking with a lot of people.
Sure.
But I was listening to see if anyone would shit on it, because you know, that would offend me because these guys are busting their ass and they're doing their thing. And I've been in those spots where like maybe the crowd isn't reacting.
Yeah.
So I know what it's like. The goal is always to have the best match possible.
Right.
So like I said, I always say there's room for everyone at the finish line.
Right. So wait, hold on. Let me just make sure. Okay, all good. But yeah, man. That match was like, yeah, it was a clean athletic match, and Tony Nese got a clean victory. It was all good. It's everything that I expected from it, you know.
Yeah, I'm proud of Tony Nese. He's doing his thing. I remember when he first started back in NYWC in Long Island, New York. So
Yeah.
I've seen him grind, so I'm very happy for him.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him.
It's true. So the next match after that was the first women's championship, right? The Raw. Why you nodding your head already?
So quick. You're so quick with that match, huh?
What?
Right on to the next match.
I mean, what else is there to say with that, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it was Lacey Evans versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Championship.
Big pop from the people in attendance at David Buster's.
For Becky?
No, for Lacey.
Oh, cool.
And I was telling the guys, yeah, you know what? I really love her finishing name, the women's right. I just love the way it sounds,
Yes.
especially in times like this. The women's right, wham!
So relevant right now.
And that was the first time that I actually seen her work live. I've heard great things about her. I used to love her entrance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Again, when you get that machine behind you, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
She got the machine behind her, and I was behind her last night doing her match. She's great.
I think she's one of those people that Vince probably sees something in her as like the character of her, like, you know, just being her, because I think she's a former like bodybuilder.
Yes, that's what the guys were telling me. That and she's a vet.
Yeah.
She's a veteran, isn't she?
Yeah. So it's like a lot of, you know, character in her.
Yeah, the character, and also I think Fit Finley. I feel like Fit Finley, the producer, is working with her a lot backstage because her style is so unorthodox.
Right.
I love it. I love her positioning, everything. I know. I can just tell who's working with who just from my experience. And Finley works with a lot of the girls.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are other guys, new people, new cruiserweights working with the girls too.
Yeah.
But I feel like Finley is like definitely working with Lacey. She definitely impressed me last night.
Oh my gosh, yeah, so true, man. And you know, Becky won the match, but I feel like that's the right call, because I think at this point Lacey's still early in her career, where, like, you know, I don't think she's ready yet for the championship, but she definitely will be.
Yeah, you gotta crawl before you can walk. So.
Yeah. And again, with the win for Becky, it kind of confirms her her stand that she is the man. It backs up all her talk, you know. And then right away, you know, she didn't even have time to celebrate. As she walks down the ramp, here comes Charlotte Flair with her music, and I like that how they did that.
I think that looks like that could be like a Bruce Pritchard, huh?
Probably, yeah.
Because-
a Pritchard call.
Because as I'm watching not only as a fan, but I'm watching to see who could be producing what.
yeah.
So
Because you know better than anyone else.
yeah. So with him, like, you know, working with the company again, yeah, I think I like it. I like the writing.
Yeah. You don't hear that often. But you know, so this one, the Charlotte and Becky, obviously they're both great athletes, entertainers. But unfortunately, I feel like things happen, but I feel like the ending, they kind of made just like a little mistake. You know what I'm getting at this a little bit?
Oh,
You see it too?
Yeah, because the fans are saying, "Oh, is that the same referee that messed up at Mania?"
Well, for me, it wasn't that. So, like, you know,
And then they did a replay of it, and then we're like, "Whoa! Like, what the hell's going on, Spider?"
Yeah. It's like Lacey came back, right? Gave Becky like a right hand, and Charlotte gives her a boot to the face. But to me, it looked like it didn't even connect.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought we were talking about the. But did you see how the ref was a little slow on that?
No, I didn't catch that.
Okay. So 2 different things.
Yeah.
But yeah, the boot probably missed.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a big like a big gap of air.
Hey, you know.
That's what I'm saying. It happened to the best of them, but because they're both two talented people.
Yeah, the cameras weren't quick enough, right? How about the one boot with I think Taker gave to Cena at WrestleMania? Isn't that like a on bot? I'm sure that's on botch, but that boot was a mile away, huh?
Cena's one of the worst taking finishing moves. I hate the way, and I don't use the word hate a lot, but I hate the way that he takes the rock bottom. When he takes the rock bottom, Cena has his hand out like this. It looks so stupid. It's not even like, it doesn't even look like he falls on his back. It looks like he falls on his ass, and he's like going like this. He does it every time, so I know it's not a mistake. I know that's like how he wants to take it. It looks so stupid.
Yeah, well,
but
you say, right?
yeah,
You say.
yeah, I said it, not you. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Charlotte ends up winning the match, and she became, I think, a record-breaking 9-time, right, women's champion.
I think this is how it works. I feel like with how am I trying to say this? Charlotte, she'll lose it. Oh wait, what am I trying to say?
You got it. Don't give up. You got this.
It's like she'll lose it at the big one, but she'll always win it at the smaller one.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, she'll lose it at the big one, right?
Yeah.
But she'll always win it back at the smaller shows. Win it back, lose it back, win it back. At the big show, she'll lose it.
Yeah.
Because that's how you're gonna get those numbers. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to get out.
Even as a kid.
That's what I was trying to get out. See the delay, the CTE from all the concussions.
CTE.
A little delay. So the
Yeah.
CTE, I need my CBD.
Hey, well, you got bars. You got bars, man. Off the dome, huh? Off the dome. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm quicker in other ways.
Yeah, man. There you go, man. And even like you mentioned, like being, like that's how you lose and that's how you become like the multiple-time champion. Even as a kid, for me, when I would hear Ric Flair say the 13-time world champion, even like 9-year-old me was like, is that a good thing? Because isn't it like the undefeated champion sounds better?
Yeah.
So again, that's when I thought everything was
13, I'm just like thinking, wow, man, that's impressive. 13.
Yeah, but I'm like, wow, you lost it 12 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, Bailey came in, obviously got a huge pop. The fans were already chanting, "We want Bailey, we want Bailey," and I just love that she's back on the fans' grace. Because for a while people got sick of the hugging. I mean, they love that part. They love that part until WWE booked her as more like a little kid. When she was the Raw Women's Champion, like Stephanie McMahon would say things like, "Oh, you don't deserve the championship," and Bailey was like, "Okay, maybe I don't, but like, why would you say maybe I don't? You know, like, come on."
Yeah.
But anyways, like, she's talented regardless, and I'm glad that she's back where she's supposed to be.
Wait, is she on Raw or SmackDown?
Well, after Mania, she hasn't been, on WWE,
Okay.
so there's no confirmation where she's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But who knows? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even ask, like, her and I always support each other. I don't answer her personal questions.
Sure. I'm sure maybe she needs her space right now, anyways, right?
But you know what's funny? Like, I think someone asked me about Sasha. Do I like Sasha Banks? I said, of course I love Sasha. And I posted a picture of her and I together, but I made it black and white.
Why?
Because she's been posting a lot of black and white pictures on her social media.
Oh, that's her aesthetics right now?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I said, oh, I'm going to do it. And she liked it and all that stuff.
There
so,
you go. You know your demographic.
Yeah, I know my demographic. Make sure I plug Pro Bro Wrestling. too.
Yes, man.
Everything I do.
Yeah,
Pro
I
Bro
know.
Wrestling.
I know, man. So the next match is the Roman Reigns Elias got squashed really quickly.
Yeah, so like it was so funny. It's like watching a movie. You see Roman backstage, and then you see Elias like just tiptoe, and then you hear the people.
So cool.
You know,
So cool.
and I was going crazy. I was like dying laughing.
Yeah.
So he does his performance and everything, and you know I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Elias is on the. He checks the stories. He
Oh, okay.
He checks the Missing No Days Off Fred Rosser
All right,
stories.
that's what's
So
up.
I know he. I'm a fan of him since day one. So
Yeah,
when I
it's true.
seen so when I seen that he did his promo in the ring and then he was walking backwards, I felt like, man, I'd like to see Roman spear him from behind. You know, and him
yikes.
and him take like a front bump, like we
That's a
like to call
scary
it.
bump, though.
Nah, it's actually easy.
Really?
Yeah, it's easy
Okay.
because all you're doing is like falling to your front,
Okay.
and you're like kind of like bracing yourself.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like the impact on your back, no? Or
You gotta finesse it.
okay.
Yeah, you just gotta like kind of like know when he's coming, and you kind of just kind of wrap around. And
I
it's
see.
Like
Yeah.
it's all in the motion,
Sure,
you know. And
sure.
you gotta attack the attack. If I was producing, I would have said Roman spear him from behind. Wham!
Right. Yeah.
Spear people anyway.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
It's true.
You better agree.
And I do remember, how you said that you were kind of like a fan. You guys admire each other. I remember one of the first things you said to me was that you love how Elias covered someone. Like he'll pin someone and he'll look to the camera. Or
Oh,
something like that.
yeah.
And a lot, the backstage didn't like it, right? But then you told them like, no, forget them. Like I love that. Like that's such a heel move.
Exactly. And 80s too. Like,
Yeah.
if Jake the Snake, if he's beating up a jobber and he DDT someone, wham!
Yeah.
He'll like hook the leg and he'll look into the camera. You
Yeah,
know? Because
yeah.
when you look into that camera, you're looking into the audience at home.
Right.
And they're like, oh, I'm buying into this guy.
Right.
And just the way he moves, just his footwork. Because me as a coach,
Yeah.
I look at people's feet.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
your feet are kind of like off a little bit, I'm like, oh, this might not be an athlete. Let's
Right.
work on that.
Right.
So his feet are just so good, and everything he does in the ring is crisp. And plus, Headquarters Clothing and I gave him some merchandise, and he loved the way it looked.
Right.
He was backstage. Said, hey man, I love how this fits. I love the equality. Just a very nice guy.
That's
you know?
awesome, man.
He's one guy I miss seeing. I wish I could just been able to travel with him more.
Okay.
Him and I were getting along then. I'm sure we would have definitely
Sure.
gotten along now.
Sure.
So yeah.
Yeah. He seems like a solid performer and just entertaining all around.
Yeah,
It's good dude.
absolutely.
The next is the AJ Styles versus Seth for the Universal Championship. To me, it was a 5-star match, man.
People were going crazy for that, so I was nudging people. I was like, oh, so who you got?
Yeah.
A lot of fans said AJ.
Really?
Because, AJ's an OG.
Yeah, he is.
But a lot of fans were saying, I like them both.
Yeah.
I like them both,
Fair.
but AJ is their favorite. You know?
Oh, interesting. Wow.
The
okay.
David Buster's favorite.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
I enjoyed the match. The match was 5-star. But the ending with did they shake hands or no?
Yes. So AJ came back.
So are they like baby faces?
A lot of people assumed that AJ was gonna turn heel on Money in the Bank after he loses to Seth, and no, they're both faces. And I love, as corny as some people might think it is, I always love the handshake at the end, especially after they put on an amazing match. Like for me, the ultimate handshake moment was WrestleMania with the Rock and Hogan, because it was so cool to see two men who hated each other storyline. With Hogan running him over with the truck and everything, and they had this amazing fight inside the ring. And after all that was said and done, that image of both of them walking up the ramp together, it was like a movie.
Yeah, and it's just so crazy. Years later, there's a video of Hogan talking shit about The Rock. Huh?
Really?
Yeah.
What?
That's when he was making those racial comments.
What did he say?
I forget what he said.
I need to look that up, man. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think he was calling him the N-word and stuff. Like
No
that.
way, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
why, that was one of the reasons why he had got,
Hogan. Wow.
Yeah, all that stuff was caught.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was
He mentioned The Rock's name
I see. I thought it was like,
when they caught him on camera.
gosh, man. I always thought it was the daughter's boyfriend that he didn't like. That's what he called the N-word.
Yeah, I think he might have mentioned The Rock.
Wow.
The Rock
jeez,
never
man.
mentioned anything about it.
Yeah, he doesn't need that press. Like
Yeah.
that's like, you
Yeah,
know.
I don't think he like said anything bad, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure, bro. I'm pretty sure.
Wow, man. True colors are showing, huh?
Yeah, when people show you their true colors, believe it, man.
Yeah.
But I'm still, like I said, when people ask me what got you into the business, man, I've been a fan since I came out the womb. My dad had me at all the independent shows back in New Jersey. He busted my chin open.
Yeah.
He had me watching Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant when he body slammed him at the Use Your Dome. What is it?
Oh, at the Silver Dome?
At the Silver Dome, whatever. Shit.
Yeah.
He's the one that needs to know.
He does,
You
yeah.
know, I don't need to know.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, man. So I've been a fan since I came out the womb. Hogan Andre.
Yeah, man. I had no idea about that whole Rocky thing. I had to look that up.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up. If it's not true, we're gonna have to take it out.
There'll be a formal apology at the bottom
a
of the
formal
screen.
apology. And, yeah, we're gonna have to have the production team of Pro Wrestling.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so next is Kofi versus Kevin Owens, right?
Okay, did we talk about? See, you keep skipping. We didn't talk about Lars.
You know why? Because I didn't see that part.
Oh, you didn't see that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what segment was that?
I think the Kalisto's crew came out.
Is this like,
The
are we
Lucha
on
House
time with like what was this after a certain match? Do you remember or?
I think it could have been after the AJ Seth match.
Oh, okay. So there you go. Right after.
Yeah. So yeah, those guys made their entrance, and I guess Lars came out and just cleaned house. And I heard one fan say, Lars Strowman Survivor Series. I said, that sounds like a pretty good match. And I feel like Lars is like the only guy. Like Lars has, I guess, a running power bomb. He has a move that I feel like he could easily pick up Strowman and run with him and plant him right in the center of the ring.
Yes. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Seeing an old school picture of Lars Sullivan as like a college kid or whatever. It's a huge transformation because he was still buff and big and all that, but he looked like a normal human being. Like oh dude, like this guy's. He looked like a kid, but like a big kid, you know. But now he just transformed into this monster.
I have to see that. I haven't seen pictures of him.
Yeah, it's almost like a classic MySpace picture of just like, oh, this like jock from college.
Classic MySpace. I don't remember.
You never used MySpace?
I use MySpace, but I don't remember what a classic MySpace picture is.
MySpace was where it was at. Man.
Yeah, I know I had MySpace, but I don't know
You
what
can
you
add
mean.
your own music.
Oh yeah.
Man, that was top 8. Remember that? People got butthurt when like they were like, "Oh, why did not get in the top 8?"
Yeah, I remember that. Wow, that's so long ago, man.
Yeah. I just outed my age, I guess. But yeah, like the whole Lars Sullivan thing. I like the way they're booking him as a monster. You know.
Sure.
And obviously, we talked about this in the last episode about the whole controversy with what he's done in the past. Yeah.
I don't understand. Like I said, from firsthand experience, like I've worked out with the guy, and he's just so kind. And I was coming back from my Tommy John surgery, and I'm lifting with him. He was like, "Do you want me to strip the weight for you?"
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm okay. Is the weight comfortable enough for you?
Right.
This is how he's talking to me.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
very nice. Not like I can tell. I'm a good judge of character if something's a little off with someone. But he was cool with me.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm not gonna shit on him. He just better get his shit together.
Right. And I feel like that's the right mentality because I'm not telling anyone how to live their life or anything, but my thing is always to treat others, regardless of what I hear about certain someone, it's all about my interaction with them.
Yeah.
That's how I judge people.
Yeah.
So, but that's just me.
Yes.
But after it was the Kofi and Kevin Owens match, and I kind of like that Kofi kind of looked like old school Kofi a little bit. With the green the green tights, and his hair wasn't on in pigtails. It was like classic, like little like bun or whatever. But I love that they're booking Kofi, how he always wins clean. You know, like I appreciated that Daniel Bryan always puts him over in a clean way.
Clean way, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, those clean finishes are where it's at.
Yeah, that's where it needs to be, man.
Yeah, it's good to have the bells and whistles and a lot of the. Again, it's a circus. You know,
Yeah.
we want to take people on that roller coaster ride too.
Yeah, it's true.
In that circus, so yeah, clean finishes are good.
Yeah. And then to top it all off, the finale was the men's Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and it's funny, like, as soon as the match started, Randy rolled out. And I'm saying, oh, I love that. He's the OG. And one fan in attendance said, it's NXT versus Randy. Because, like, when you look at it,
You're right.
all those guys are all
Wow.
NXT. Like,
You were
Randy
right.
is the OG. So he rolled out. I said, Randy's going to roll out, and he's going to pick them off one by one. That's how I was looking at it. you know?
Wait, was Mustafa Ali or Ali ever NXT? He was straight 205.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But I know, I get like majority.
Yeah, that whole group is like young,
Sure.
young and dumb, young and dumb. So ding, 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 he fucking rolls out, and
Yeah.
then let these guys wear
Classic
themselves
heel,
out,
yeah.
and let Randy. That's how I would book it. You know,
Yeah.
have him pick apart people.
Right, man. Before this whole thing, they had a segment of, you know, Sami Zayn being worried about Braun Strowman, and we see him getting hurt, and people are assuming that it's
is that when he
Braun.
was hanging upside
Yeah.
down? Oh.
Yeah, and you know,
crazy.
people are already thinking it's Braun, but obviously, I knew that wasn't Braun, but I was not expecting Brock Lesnar.
Oh yes.
Were you?
No.
Did you expect someone else was gonna replace Sammy?
No, not the last minute. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't. I thought he was done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew he wasn't done because I heard that he
Oh, he
signed
got-
another like
Oh,
Saudi
that's
Arabia
right.
and all that. But yeah,
10 years, 450 million.
10 years?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 10 years.
What?
10
That's
years,
nuts,
450
man.
million. So,
Okay, all right.
yeah, that's why Titan is probably
Jeez, man.
relocating, you know, ching ching. They're trying to.
Oh, you're talking about? I thought you were talking about Brock Lesnar's contract with
Oh,
WWE.
no.
That's why I was like, what?
No, the
He's
whole
got another
deal.
10 Oh, okay.
That whole deal is a beautiful deal.
Yeah.
Saudi deal. So
Half
that's
a
why.
bill almost.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
450 million. So, yeah, they got to do what they got to do to keep him around.
Yeah.
And that's a good way of keeping him around.
Mm-hmm. And I like how just the image of Ali being like, you know, the last man on the ladder, that tease, like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be him. That'd be so cool.
I loved it. But when he came out,
Yeah.
people were going crazy.
Yeah.
People were going crazy that day, David Buster's, and now he's Mr. Money in the Bank, huh?
I guess so, man.
So, and which is scary.
That's the
Because
thing.
that is scary. Because when you are running on E, and then that music
It's
hits,
the worst.
you might as well just take me.
Yeah, you would like hear any other music except for that.
Yeah, you might as well just take me. You see him coming out, you get to your feet and just throw yourself into him.
Yeah.
Just take me for the ride.
Right.
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Brock will be going to the pay window.
But yeah, I mean, that's 10 matches on the card.
So
for
it's
the
10
pay-per-view.
matches with the pre?
12.
Are you
Sorry,
serious?
12.
We went through 12 matches. I don't even, like I said, I was having a blast at David Buster's. Me personally, alcohol free. Having a great time mingling with everyone. So I didn't realize 12 matches.
Yeah. All pay-per-views now are starting to be like 10, 12. Remember WrestleMania was 17 matches?
17. Incredible.
And that's obviously counting like the 2 hours of the kickoff, you know?
Wow.
It's nuts, man. It's nuts.
Yeah, a lot of wrestling, man. A lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
People, I was asking, would AEW be shown at David Buster's? I said, that's a pretty good idea
I know.
to maybe capture the audience, but David Buster's, I believe, has a deal with WWE.
Really?
So,
Oh, wow.
Exclusive deal.
Okay.
So, like I said, it is what it is. But
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt to ask.
It's true. It's true, man.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
So I could quickly just want to go through memory lane and just talk about like all the winners real quick and how like if they did cash it successfully or not.
Yeah.
The first Money in the Bank winner was Edge.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And what was cool about that was when he won it, he still looked like old school, not rated R superstar Edge yet, but old school Edge with the crazy long hair.
Yeah.
And he still had this like the sun tattoo. But it was
Did he cash it in on Undertaker?
nope. The first time he cashed it in on Cena, and that was
Oh,
the first
Cena.
time Cena ever lost the championship.
Whoa.
His first WWE championship
Was
loss
against
was for Edge.
Edge.
And what's his name? Handsome Doc Hendrick. His name.
Oh, yeah, Michael Hayes?
Michael Hayes.
Yeah.
Michael Hayes was not a believer in Edge. He was kind of iffy about him winning the championship, but he admitted, I think, in the WWE Hall of Fame that he was glad that he was proven wrong. And Edge took that ball. Even though Edge's first run as champion was super short, it was still cool because no one. That's the first time. At the time, people still saw him as a mid-carder, and that was the first time he was brought to the main event spotlight. So Edge made history, man. Once again.
It's so funny. I love them both, Edge and Christian, but I was just always a bigger fan of Christian.
Cause I don't know, me too. I think he's more. He gives me the more like easygoing, but still like funny. I don't know, man. There's something about
Well,
Christian that I like more.
That's your take on it. Me. It always comes back to the wrestling and the innovative stuff and the kill switch.
Yeah.
And just the way he gets into things.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best way I can describe it. Just his style and the way he tells a story and gets into a lot of his maneuvers
Yeah.
is what sells me on him.
A lot of his facial expressions too.
Yeah, that too. And
Yeah.
Christian, damn it. Every time, you gotta have a glow when you're on camera, baby. So you gotta tan, you gotta put a little bronzer on to those lights on you. You gotta look good.
Yeah.
Every time I would try to find a private bathroom in the arena, I would hide from people.
Yeah.
Christian would always find me, and he would be like, "Darren, is that you?" Because you would always hear, I'll go up into the arena bathrooms. They're empty as a bitch.
Yeah.
And then I'm spraying myself down because I know people are going to be asking me why am I tanning. I said, I'm trying to get that glow. Don't ask so many questions, annoying ass people. Christian, Darren, is that you? I said, yeah, it's me. Damn it, leave me alone. Dude, why are you tanning? You're already dark enough. I'm like, please give me my privacy.
Yeah.
But it's always in good fun. But
Sure.
he would always catch me.
How funny, man.
So it's just like that could have been on TV.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Stuff that's captured backstage.
Yeah. That's a good segment.
But like I said, Christian has always, I love them both, but Christian has always been my favorite out of
Yeah.
Christian and Edge.
Yeah. Second guy to win it was RVD. And he also cashed it in on John Cena. And that was the only time RVD became the WWE champion, which is cool.
Wow.
Who would have thought RVD would ever become WWE champion?
Sure.
Especially, with the way how Triple H and Vince sees guys like Jericho and RVD back then,
Oh, how did they see them back then?
Well, I guess Triple H said it when he was on character. He said, I think it was talking to Punk or whatever, but he was saying, man, if guys like RVD and Chris Jericho were on top, we'd lose to WCW.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
That's awful to say.
Right?
That
Yeah,
is
he said it
awful
on
to
camera.
say.
Well, it wasn't a shoot, technically. It was on camera,
Yeah.
but he still said it.
Gosh.
And so the next person was Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy.
Oh, yeah.
And he was the first man to ever not be successful with it because, the story?
With Randy?
Well, no, it was to Edge, but Triple H had second thoughts about Mr. Kennedy, of him actually being the man for WWE because he was getting up there. Mr. Kennedy was supposed to be the next guy for WWE, but Triple H had his doubts, and storyline wise, Edge challenged him for the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he lost it to Edge, and Edge later cashed it in against Undertaker to become the world champion.
That's funny you say that. We'll have to remember this match. We'll have to maybe look up a Kennedy versus Shawn Michaels match or something.
Oh yeah.
I think there were some times where I would see them in the ring, and they would kind of be like I think Kennedy was covering up for a chop, and Shawn was kind of like,
Yeah.
boom, you know,
Yeah.
like something was off. I think we're gonna have to watch a match back and see if Shawn didn't like working him.
Yeah, well,
then
he said in a shoot that Kennedy always likes to have that real appeal.
yes,
Right?
I've seen that. Keep going.
So when he'll be in the turnbuckle and he's getting chops, he likes to cover himself like it's a real fight. And Undertaker liked that. Undertaker personally liked that, but he warned Mr. Anderson like, hey, listen, some people, just letting you know right now, some people might not like that. And Shawn was one of them, because Shawn expects Kennedy to lean forward to give you, to open himself up. And I like Mr. Kennedy's impersonation of Shawn too. He's like, you're not working with me. Like, you're not working with me, Kennedy. But yeah, that was the whole deal with him.
It's like if you grab my ear, Arnold.
Yeah. Like you're not even doing anything to like.
If you grab my ear now,
Yeah.
oh fuck.
Yeah.
Get off my ear, man.
Yeah.
Fuck off my ear.
Yeah.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm gonna react.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes it more believable. Yeah,
Exactly.
man. Okay, so that was Mr. Kennedy. He's the first one to not be
you had me
successful.
working, baby. I'm off the clock. Ooh, you had me
He
getting.
took a minor bump from me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm getting real. I'm getting real.
So yeah, he kind of explained his anger when he went to TNA.
That explains it.
Yeah. So next is CM Punk, and he actually won it twice, 2 years in a row.
I'm sorry, hold your thought. I love Kennedy because when I got signed May 4th, 2009, he was at my tryout where I got signed the day.
Oh, nice.
So when I got signed, he was a guest and he congratulated me and
cool.
he said, he said, when are you gonna move down? I said, oh, I don't know when I'm gonna move down.
Yeah.
He's like, move down as soon as possible.
Oh, cool.
Because you want to get a jump start on everyone.
Wow,
I
that's
said-
smart.
I said, okay, so May 4th I got signed. I was down there maybe June. I was living down there June 20th or something like that.
Yeah.
I started June 25th, 2009, the same day Michael Jackson died.
Wow.
So Kennedy was saying, move down as fast as you can. So that's why I love Kennedy.
I feel like he's just so smart with even like little things like not little things, but his financials. I remember hearing him saying in the shoot interview, saying that he knows that nothing lasts forever. You gotta be smart with like your money, and he knows that some of this can go away, and that's why he said he's ready if anything goes down, like he's financially secured, which is really cool.
Yes, and it's always in our business. It's not about how much you make, but it's about how much you save. So, yeah, Kennedy's a great guy.
So after Kennedy, technically after Edge, CM Punk won it 2 years in a row. First time he cashed it on Edge. That's the first time he won the World Championship in WWE, and a lot of people felt that he tarnished the World Heavyweight Championship because he was an indie darling. And then the next time he won it against Jeff Hardy, he cashed it in against Jeff Hardy, and that's when he became one of the biggest heels, because that's when Jeff Hardy was on that high and everyone loved him. He was, he was seen as the dude, the guy, like the face of the company almost. And just right when he won it, like he lost it that same night and had a lot of good heat for Punk. And he had that amazing rivalry with Jeff, both on and off. Well, because Jeff he said that he was drugged up when he said it, but there's a rant on both Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy in a random diner, and they're drugged up, and Jeff Hardy just cut a random promo on CM Punk. This is when Jeff was already in TNA, and he would just like flip him off. It's like, I made you, motherfucker. So, but again, Jeff apologized, saying it was just because of the drugs.
Yeah, I believe it.
And afterwards was Jack Swagger. That was cool. Like you didn't see that one coming. Him winning, especially at WrestleMania.
Yes.
And I love how he wore the red, white, and blue outfit when he won. That was such a cool moment.
Yes.
And he cashed it in. Who did he cash it in again? Against Jericho. Wow, what an honor for him, huh?
Yeah. Jericho's all about passing the baton.
Yeah, but sadly, I feel like I've seen other interviews of Jack Swagger recently, and he has so much charisma, and I don't know if at the time he was a little more green, or maybe like WWE didn't let him expand on his character as much, but a lot of people thought he was a dull champion. A lot of people thought his reign wasn't memorable, but now, man, if he gets another world title shot in any other company, like, he has such a value to his name now, like a way more, with his MMA and stuff.
Well, like, when you're in MMA, or a mic is in front of you, you just say what you want.
You're you.
You're you. But when you're given a script, I always say the hardest thing in acting or anything is to read lines that someone else wrote and make it sound believable.
That's true, man.
So I can. I don't know why I said I can, but like I said, that's the hardest thing.
Yeah, so true. I can't even imagine being in that spot. It's so much pressure,
Sure. Or you can be like, or you can be like CM Punk.
And what?
You
Pipe
be-
bomb?
Or you can be like CM Punk, and I've seen him like in Gorilla be like, what the hell's this shit? I'm not reading this shit. No, oh, how's this thing go?
Oh, come on.
I forget how it goes.
Look in my eyes.
Yeah, his music's
What
going
do you
on.
see?
I'm not reading this shit.
Last minute.
Yeah, and
Cult of personality.
and his music's playing.
That's awesome,
His
man.
music is playing, so
Love
I've
it.
seen it. Like,
What-
especially when, like, I guess doing the Nexus. and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah.
What a power move, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so after that was The Miz, first time again winning it against Randy Orton. He cashed it in on Raw, and that's when he had the epic Mean Girl shot, because there was a fan in the audience and she became really famous.
Yeah,
which
that's right.
captured everyone's. She was like a mascot for the WWE universe, because that's how they all felt. at the
Well,
time.
there's two. It's her and the
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Right? The guy with the big goggly eyes? Yeah, man, that guy's famous now, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's doing meet and greets at WrestleCons and stuff. That dude's made it. He's set for life.
Are you gonna have a thing when it's have the guy's face pop up?
Oh, I know, a little sound effect. Yeah, that dude's famous, man. He's iconic.
Yeah.
And then after The Miz, I thought it was interesting that Kane won as a heavy guy, winning Money in the Bank. Usually goes to someone who's super crazy light and athletic, but that's the first time a big dude won it, and he cashed it in on Rey Mysterio, and that's the first time Kane became a world champion. Well, he's been a WWE champion, but that's the first time he became the world champion.
Well, you want to be WWE champion before world champion.
That's how I see it too.
World champion is WCW's title.
Exactly.
WWE champion
Yeah.
is like the wing fucking belt.
It's true.
You know
It's
what
true.
I mean?
That's
So,
how I see it too, man.
Mark Henry never became the WWE champion. He was
Yep.
the world champion.
Yep.
Kofi finally became WWE champion.
Exactly.
Big difference.
Exactly. That's how I see it, man.
But is Mick Foley introducing a new belt? What is he introducing?
I know. I saw that today, man. A lot of people are speculating that it might be the Hardcore Championship just because Mick Foley's the one that's introducing it.
I would think so, but I feel like it's like a different title. What is it going to be called? The big title?
We don't know
What
yet.
the hell is going on?
I don't want it to be the Hardcore Championship. I don't want it to be that. I hope it's something else.
It could be the hardcore champion. WWE. There's probably some hardcore wrestlers out there, so they want to capture everything. They want to take all the hardcore wrestling and all that stuff.
I just feel that
That's
WWE
crazy.
is so saturated with championships. I
And
miss.
fans are saying that David Buss is, oh my God, we don't need another title.
Yeah, to me, 3 championships in each brand, cool. Let's keep it at that, because we grew up with the World, Intercontinental, and Tag Team, right? So that's a solid 3 belts. So, okay, I get that each brand needs 3 belts for it to stand of its own. But now there's this, for it to be a championship for the NXT UK Tag Team Champions, and there's also the NXT Tag Team Champions. It's just getting too much, man.
We're taking over.
It's getting too much. I don't know, man. Everyone's a champion now.
Taking over, baby.
Yeah, but
Taking over the world.
I say if they're gonna do that, have Reigns last longer. You know, so it's more memorable. But yeah, I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like and what championship it's gonna be. But maybe, yeah, I think it might be the Hardcore Championship.
Well, kudos to my man Mick Foley for introducing it. He's always been a big supporter of the Block the Hate movement. When I wrestled Billy Gunn last summer,
Yeah.
he was a special guest there. So he asked for a shirt right away.
Yes?
He asked for a shirt
I remember you said that.
right
yeah.
away. And even like hours later, even when I thought he had forgotten, he was like, "Oh, Darren, do you still have that shirt?"
It's so genuine, man. I love Mick.
I said, "Sure, Mick. Please, if you could put it over for me."
Yeah.
And he did.
Of course he would.
He did.
He's the
So
one. He's known to be the nicest guy in the wrestling business, right?
nice and cheapest guy.
Cheapest, yeah. He said that in a shoot interview too. That's what he wants to be known as. If anything, I want to be known as the nicest. Maybe he said cheapest as well, but for sure he's like, I want to be known as the nicest guy in the wrestling industry.
Yeah, it's probably like him and Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Were probably the cheapest ones, huh?
I heard stories about Owen too being cheap.
Owen would stay at fans' house.
Really? It got that bad? Oh my god! Fans' house?
No, it's not getting that bad. It's like to save money. Like,
I know, but like to that extent.
Yeah, like-
wow.
And
That's funny, man. Owen, classic Owen.
yeah, stay at wrestlers, stay at fans' houses,
Yeah.
or like have them pick you up.
That's cool.
It's funny. Damn it.
Something with Owen?
No, not Owen.
Okay.
Carl Anderson and
Luke.
Luke. When they do shows in certain areas, they have fans ride them around. This one fan had this big SUV, and there was like 7-8 wrestlers in there. It's
Oh
just
my
like
God.
instead of getting like a Winnebago, they get this long van, and like the
Amazing.
van is driving them
Oh
around.
my god. What a good brother.
Oh, so they're saving money left and
Yeah.
right, having this
Sure.
having this fan drive them around.
Yeah. That's funny, man.
It's so funny. So yeah, that's how you save money, man.
Yeah. You gotta be smart with it.
Yeah.
Who else? Okay, so after Kane, it was Del Rio, and I thought that was another cool moment because I think he's the second Hispanic wrestler to become a WWE champion after. Wait, no, third. So Eddie, Ray, and Del Rio, and yeah, and then he cashed it on Punk. Then of course after that was Daniel Bryan cashed it on the Big Show, and I think this cash in was the least popular cash in because at the time everyone was so happy that Big Show got another world title reign. He just beat Mark Henry. It was planned to be World's Strongest Man versus World's Largest Athlete, and they haven't seen Big Show as world champion in a really long time. So when he won it, everyone was so happy, and they heard Daniel Bryan's music. And keep in mind, at that time, Daniel Bryan was a face, but he kind of got like some stale cheers, but like mostly boos. They're worried, like, come on, don't let this happen.
And what did he tap him out?
I don't remember. No way. I think. Oh no, he pinned Big Show.
He pinned Big Show.
Because it was right after Mark Henry's, right after his victory after Mark Henry, so Big Show was kind of like,
wow.
exhausted. But you know what Big Show did?
Wow.
He pulled an 80s move, like a Hulk Hogan, like barely kicked out. 1, 2, 3.
Nah, I can't stand when people do that. That's so I've never done that in my life. 16 plus years in the business. If I'm taking a loss, I've never thought about kicking out.
You gotta look strong, brother.
Yeah, Jinder did that to me.
Oh man. Yeah, man. So that's I thought that was funny when I saw that. Like,
Stop
oh, Big Show. So after that was Dolph Ziggler, and to this day was Dolph Ziggler's biggest pop in his career when he cashed it against Alberto Del Rio. And it's such a shame that he had that momentum going for him, but the concussion, derailed him from that, and
It comes with the territory.
Yeah, but
we've all had them.
and he never bounced back from that. And it wasn't his fault. It was the WWE booking. Like he never got that chance again to be the man. So it got to the point where fans stopped believing in him because he lost like 99% of his matches.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. And after Ziggler, it was Cena, and of course, Cena being the good guy that he is, says, "I'm not gonna surprise cash in my stuff. I'm gonna announce when I'm gonna, cash it in so my opponent can be prepared for it." And he lost, and he's the second guy to kind of not successfully cash it in, and he lost it to what is it? Oh, a DQ with the Big Show. So Big Show ran in and caused him to lose the match. And I think a lot of people forget this, but Damien Sandow was also a Money in the Bank winner.
Oh goodness! Wow.
Yeah. And that also got derailed because he lost it. He couldn't successfully cash it in. He lost to Cena. And again, Damien's one of those like super talented guys too. I love the stuff that he did with the Miz.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
What is it, like the stunt man?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it was hilarious when Miz would tumble and then Damien would like tumble outside the ring and the crowd would pop. Oh, I love it, man. I love it. But yeah, I think he's into acting now too.
Yeah, he lives out here.
Yeah.
He lives out here. He was always good to me. I haven't been able to link up with him, but we're all doing our things.
Yeah, it's so true. And then I think the most devastating cash in was Randy Orton when he cashed it in on Daniel Bryan in the height of the Yes movement at SummerSlam, and when Triple H turned heel. Remember, because like at that time Triple H, it's been a while since.
That's when he pedigreed Daniel, right? Yeah.
And he did what's right for business.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I think he used that term on a storyline.
And again, what happens backstage comes to life, right?
Yeah. I think the first thing that happened backstage coming to life was the cross chop, right? I'm sure those guys are doing it backstage and
Probably.
they just like brought it back. Yeah. So after that it was your homie Sheamus. He cashed it in, and that was nice because it's been a while since he was the WWE champion, right? He was kind of lost a little bit in a while, but that's when he had the crazy mohawk. Well, he still rocks the mohawk, but that's when he had the bearded,
Yes.
braided beard.
Yeah.
And that's when the whole "you look stupid" chant started to happen. He cashed it on Reigns, and right now that might be his last championship reign. What do you think?
That was his last championship. Yeah.
Do you think he'll be champion again though?
Who knows? I mean, I've been hearing rumors about him maybe retiring. I don't know what the hell's going on. I really don't know. And he's a personal friend of mine, but again, I don't ask a question unless you say something to me.
True. And then after Sheamus, it was Ambrose. I feel like every single cash-in was special their own way, especially with Ambrose. It's the first time, though the only time, all members of the Shield was champion on the same night. Roman came in as champion, Seth beat him, became champion. Dean Ambrose came in, cashed it in on Seth, became champion. So I know that was a special night for those three guys.
Wow.
And it was in the Money in the Bank pay-per-view as well. That was probably like the coolest one. And then after Ambrose was Baron Corbin, and he lost it to Jinder, and I think that's because of all the backstage heat that Baron had at the time. I guess he was, from what I hear, he was kind of like mouthing off on Twitter, responding back to fans or whatever. Maybe he was being disrespectful to some veterans that, he totally got buried a little bit.
Like I said, don't let your Twitter finger be your trigger finger. You just gotta be
Never heard that before.
Yeah, that's what Triple H said.
Okay, alright.
Triple H.
Yeah. There you go. Enough said. And then the first women's Money in the Bank winner was Carmella, and she kind of won it in a weird way because the first time it wasn't actually her that brought down the briefcase. It was what's his name? The name's is slipping from me.
Yeah.
But you guys know who I'm talking about. But he was the one that actually unhooked the briefcase. But the second time she confirmed her win because she also won the other women's Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So technically she was still the first.
Shit, we gotta think of his name.
I'm seeing his face.
Yeah, I've seen his face too.
My God.
Oh well.
Ellsworth.
Yeah, James.
Yeah. Ellsworth? Is it Ellsworth?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
James.
So that sounded right.
Yeah.
And then after that, Alexa Bliss, we talked about earlier, cashed it in Nia Jax, becoming the second Money in the Bank. And then the last one is Braun Strowman, and I don't even remember what the deal was with Braun. Did he ever cash it in?
Dude,
that just got lost in the shuffle for me.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I can't imagine him not
Yeah,
successfully
because-
cashing
yeah,
it in.
Yeah, we would have known.
Yeah. Maybe. What if they just forgot about it? You know,
Well,
and he
they probably
slowly,
did.
because they called them Monster the Bank, you know, all that. They had that like.
Monster of the Bank. I don't remember them calling him that. Really?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
I don't remember what happened to him.
Wow.
And then last night, now Brock Lesnar, right?
Wow.
But yeah, man,
Now, I mean, who could Brock could go after anybody. Huh?
that's scary. That's the scary part.
So is that like the wild card? Is that like the wild card too?
Brock? Oh, how they're gonna treat it? Yeah, because they didn't have like a SmackDown and Raw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they can go for either Universal or the World Championship.
Wow. Well, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing Goldberg and
Undertaker.
and they announced more matches.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw it. I think it's going to be Finn against
Andrade,
Andrade,
for the Intercontinental
which I'm
Championship.
excited to see.
Yeah. When is Saudi Arabia? Do you know? Sometime in June, maybe.
I guess I'm not sure.
Because they're already promoting it. I'm imagining it's coming up, right?
Yeah, they've been promoting it, and they've been promoting it. But last night is when they started promoting the matches, and I was getting a feel of what people were liking and what people weren't liking. But the crowd in attendance was going crazy for Randy and Hunter because they're gonna be wrestling Saudi.
Are they? Oh, okay. So I didn't know about that match. Really?
Yeah, that's one match that I
Okay,
can
cool.
definitely say that is going to happen.
Yeah. Wow, man.
So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm sure it's going to be beautifully told. The stories are going to be told beautifully, so I
Yeah.
can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be watching that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Wonder what else is gonna be. Like, I wonder if they're gonna bring anyone back. Excuse me. After besides Goldberg and Taker, you know.
I think that's enough. I mean, who
That's true. That's
Bro,
true.
we got like the largest battle royal ever, 50. You know, so
I hope they're not doing that. Are they doing that? I don't think they are. They
Yeah,
are.
largest one, 50.
Oh man.
50. So.
I like Undertaker's new haircut. So he still has long hair, but he has the sides shaved.
Shaved, and he's lean as fuck.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Nutrition Solutions.
Nutrition Solutions.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Money in the Bank 2019 in the books.
Yeah, it was a great show. I had a great time at David Buster's with all the loyals.
All the loyals.
All the loyals, my fam.
I hope you do more of those, man. Seems so fun.
Well, if I do them, you got to be there, brother.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
this is a tag team, dream team effort.
I haven't made it out to one yet, but I will.
We'll bring the
will.
whole setup,
Yes.
and we'll do the podcast live
Yeah.
and in color.
Yes.
There's no redos, there's no retakes, there's no do-overs. We are live and in color.
Yeah.
You know?
It's gonna happen.
If there's a Sid moment, there's a Sid moment. But, you know, I am the pro, and you're the brofessor. And we want to hear what the fans have to say about the business.
Yeah.
You know, there's 7 billion plus people on this planet, so there's, you know, so many opinions, there's so many lives to touch, and brother, we're gonna touch them at David Buster's.
You know what I would love for you to do today? Are you scared? I would love for you to close the show with all the spiel and with all the
See, now-
Instagram shout out and everything and all the plugs.
I gotta clear my throat for this. You put me on the spot, man. This is live. No redos, no retakes.
Yeah.
Pro and Bro Wrestling. Please follow us on our Instagram, Pro and Bro Wrestling. Follow us on our YouTube account, Pro and Bro Wrestling. I mean,
There you go.
I don't know what else.
You want to tag me in? All right. Make sure you guys comment down below and like and subscribe this video, and also listen to us on iTunes at Pro Bro Wrestling.
iTunes.
And give us a 5-star rating if
5
you enjoy
star.
what you hear, and leave us a review so we know what to improve on and to give you guys better content.
Perfecto, Mr. Perfect.
Hey, if I had a towel, I'd go like this right now.
Oh,
or the pencil. And catch it.
And if I had a toothpick, ointment chico. Boom.
We love you guys, and until next time.
Block the hate, salute the great.